Hi and welcome back. My name is Emily. Here you can see I will show you a new stamp set from the latest release from Forte. This one is called Savannah Skies and it comes with a coordinating stencil as well as this silhouette stamp set. And you can see how cute this scene is, and you can also see when I lay it out which part that the stencil will mask off, so you can create really amazing scenes. And you can see that this is a little bit of a flimsy part here, so I will use pixie spray when I am using this one. And you can see that this layers on top of the stamp perfectly, so you can mask it off. And you can also see that this comes with the negative piece here, so you can mask off the sky if you wanted to do that as well. So I am super happy about this. And I also wanted to share with you, I started to create a project this fall with the Dear to Me stamp and stencil as well. I never got to finish that one, so I just thought it would be fun for me to just show you this one as well, because if you like the Savannah Skies, this one will also be a good one for you. I am really impressed with how this worked out, and I'm so sad that I never got to finish this card, so I'm happy that I now had time to go back and finish creating this card. So that was just a little bonus in this video. But the main focus will be on the Savannah Skies in this video. So I looked through internet for skies or nighttime skies, or when the sun is like going down. And after I had looked at that one, I went ahead and picked my distress colors to match that one. And you can see that I'm just using the packaging here, making sure that I am having a good coverage and that I'm liking the color that is showing through. So you could do this the opposite way around. You could actually mask off the black silhouette if you wanted to, but I thought this would be the first and easiest way for me to use this one. And you will see me later on using the stencils, but for this card I will only use the silhouette image there. So when I'm happy with this, I will go back and forward just to create a little bit more intensity of the colors that I used, and then I will start stamping. And I am using my Mister here because I will actually need to double stamp these a couple of times. This was a new stamp for me, so I didn't know how well I was going to be able to stamp this really large stamp at once if I didn't use the Misty. So I'm using this really amazing black stamp or stamping ink from Forte called Color High Remarkable Eclipse Black ink. And this was one of the first times that I used this ink, and I am telling you, I am loving this ink. And what is so special about it is that it dries really quick and that you can use it with your Copic markers, so it's friendly with those ones. And I use my Memento. My Memento is my go-to ink if I want to do some Copic coloring, but I can tell you I have had this like in my stash for not even a month, but it's quickly becoming my favorite ink to use, since it dries so fast and it's really black, and that you can use it with your Copic markers. So if you want to try a new ink pad that is Copic friendly, I would highly suggest that you are looking into this ink pad. But I will try it out a little bit more, and I can come back to you and tell you what I think. But for now, I'm in love with this ink pad. So you can see I'm usually creating my slimline cards a little bit longer than these ones. So I just wanted to show you that this one is a little bit shorter. I think it's 7-inch wide and 3.5 tall. So it's a little bit smaller than I'm usually making it. I'm usually making it, I think, 5.5 by 3.5. So I just wanted to show you that one. So here I'm using the stencil and I'm masking off the upper and lower part of this, because for this card I wanted to just create an A2 size panel, and I'm using the same color as I did for my first panel, going back and forward between the orange, the yellow and the red there at the top. I believe the darkest color I used was Fired Brick, and the lightest yellow I used was Shattered Straw, I think. So that is the color combo, and I am loving how this turned out, and I really think it looks like that photo that I showed you in the beginning. just cleaning off my stencil before I'm removing everything, because I know I'm a messy crafter, so I don't want to smear anything. And I'm using some simple sayings from Make a Forte. You can see my daughter's hand there, and just finishing off these 2 cards. So I did them in one session, and then I took a break, but I couldn't leave this as is because I really love these stamp sets, so I wanted to create and play some more with them. So here you can see that one I finished it off also with one of the simple sayings. So for this one I decided, okay, I wanted to use my kaleidoscope powders a little bit more because I thought that would be looking so cool. So I took some of the Eclipse black cardstock, also from Make a Forte, and I'm using their clear ink pad this time, and I'm just inking this up. One thing that I have found with this ink pad is that you have to work a little bit faster because it dries really quick, and this one as well. So if you want to do some embossing or using the kaleidoscope powder, I would suggest that you have your supplies out before you are starting to ink this up, otherwise it could actually dry on you. It haven't happened to me, but I have noticed that it's really fast drying when I did another project, so that is something just to keep in mind. I'm using my brushes here also from Make a Forte. I'm just loving them, and I wanted to have some red, but I decided to go with one darker, and I believe this one is the Mercury one, and I'm having this one to the bottom part, and then I wanted to go in with some yellow or gold tones to the upper part, and then I used yellow stone for that one. And I don't have plenty of these brushes, I just have one. So for cleaning I am just rubbing it against the palm of my hand, or at a cloth or something like that, just to remove all the powder that is left in the brush before I go to the next color, just so that I don't contaminate them. And here I'm just going in a little bit harder just to make sure that I have a good coverage on all the pieces here. And then I will take my larger brush and just going over all of this to remove all the excess powder. And I don't think you can get this look with any other medium than these powders. You can see how metallic-y and shimmery this looks, and it's just amazingly looking in real life. And to set that, because if I would take my finger and rubbing it over this panel, it would actually smear. So I'm setting it with some hairspray. You can use whatever you have. You can also use water, but I think that is not that safe. I would use hairspray. Takes no time to dry as well. And I wanted to create a last panel here. I'm just taking my deco foil. I will use my deco foil, but now I'm taking my gel here from Thermo Web, and that's the duo one, so I can run it through both my laminator or, as I did, my die cutting machine. And I used the shattered glass foil from Thermo Web, and I just used a piece of paper here just to protect my foiling. And that was good because I had some parts sticking out when I run it through my machine, so that would have stuck on my plates if I didn't do it this way. And you can see how amazing that result is when I am removing it. Every time this paste gives me these results, and I think this was just a stunningly result. And you could take that excess part if you wanted to and bring it into Make a Forte has these black toner sheets that you can use, and you can get another card out of that one, but I didn't do it for today, but that is an option as well. So here you can see all the cards that I created. I hope you like them. This is the one with the foil that we did now, and you can see the one with the kaleidoscope powder, and you can also see the one that we did in the first sitting where we created them probably as they were intended to be used. You can see here just with the stencil going over them with ink, as well as just using the black stamping. So I hope you liked this card. If you did, please subscribe to this channel. I also have a coordinating blog post for this video if you want to see even more still shots of these projects. All the links to the supplies that I used are listed down below. Until next time, I hope you have a fabulous day. Bye!